Hello there. Welcome back to
Semi
Semi
Homesteaders.
Homesteaders. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you a kitchen essential that every semi homesteader, off grid enthusiast, or just a good old home cook needs to have in their kitchen.
And I'm going to share with you a great option for when the power goes out. But not only when the power goes out, just for remote power around the homestead.
So let's get started. The kitchen essential that I'm talking about today is cast iron skillet. These are made for durability, for longevity. There are actually some people who cook their fried chicken in their great grandmother's cast iron skillet. Now, to me, that is awesome. Like, I wish, I don't know if you can see them here, but I wish that I could, tell you that this is my favorite skillet and it was my great grandmother's, which I guess I could tell you that, but I would be lying. So I'm not going to do that. There really are people who have passed down cast iron skillets from generation to generation. Literally, this is a workhorse just all on its own. You could have a cast iron skillet and let that be the only skillet that you have in your kitchen. I do have a couple of nonstick skillets that I do use occasionally, but my favorite is always going to be my cast iron. One of the reasons why I love the cast iron skillet is because you can cook just about anything with them. You can do cornbread, you could do lasagna, you could do a cobbler, you could do pot pies. The list goes on and on. When I'm talking about the longevity of them, of course, I'm meaning as long as they're well taken care of, they are seasoned well, because all that plays a part into it. But that's not hard at all. It's very simple. And nowadays, with all the non-stick skillets, you have to be really careful which ones you purchase because they can actually be dangerous with some of the toxins and stuff that are actually in that non-stick. With a cast iron skillet, you have a natural non-stick skillet. It does it all on its own with the seasoning and the cooking. The more you cook it, the more it becomes seasoned. So this right here is the 6-inch skillet. This is nice to have, like with me and Kyle. It's just the two of us. Sometimes I like to do little individual servings. These are great for like desserts because we can half one of these, or we can do one each, which is what Kyle likes, and have our own little dessert. So those are just nice to have. They're not necessary, but it is a nice size, especially if you have a small family that you're cooking for. Now this next skillet, this is my favorite skillet. This is a 10-inch skillet. And if you look really close, you can just see the wear. Like this is my oldest skillet. I can't even remember where I got this. I've had it so long, bought it used, had to season it, and it has done great. This right here is a 12-inch skillet. And this one, I do love having this because it gives me the option when I do need more cooking space, I can put everything in this skillet and, I don't have to worry about it. The other great thing about this 12-inch skillet is this right here. This handle, they are heavy. And so this helps you to, when you pick up your skillet, when you have to move your skillet around, that handle is huge in helping you to, move it around and deal with it being a little bit heavy. So another thing that's great about cast iron skillets is that you can cook with them anywhere. You can cook on a gas stove, which is what I have. You can cook on an electric stove. You can take the cast iron skillet, put it in the oven. You don't have to worry about the temperature because they thrive in high heat. A lot of your non-stick skillets, you have to be careful. You either have to cover the handle in foil or, make sure it doesn't get past a certain temperature. So you don't have to worry about that with your cast iron skillet. Also, you can take it and put it outside on the grill. You can put it on an open fire and you can cook with it that way. Now, if you do that and you plan on bringing it back in, you are going to have to clean it up pretty good because it's going to get all yucky from being in that fire. But my point is, you can still, it works. You stick it right in the fire, it's going to do fine. So again, this is a versatile, it's overlooked so much, I think. And also, if you've ever cooked with one or you've eaten stuff out of one, There's just something about it. Like, it just tastes different. The way that the cast iron skillet seals and sears your meats, it locks all that juice in, that moisture. So when you cut into your meats, oh my gosh, it's just juicy and tender. For me, this is a must in my kitchen. One test that you can do, this is kind of fun if you have a cast iron skillet. Take your skillet and make sure that it, if you want to see how well it's seasoned, then fry some eggs. That's like the test, okay? The ultimate test of a seasoned cast iron skillet. Now, if you don't like scrambled eggs, you might not want to try it, because if your skillet's not seasoned well, they're going to be scrambled. But if it is, you can fry up your eggs and you will know you have a good seasoned skillet. One little tip about that though, and this even goes with the meat. So a lot of times we freak out because we put that egg in there and automatically you can see it, it like clings to the skillet and you think, oh no, it's stuck and this is it. Okay, just be patient, because a lot of times, and this is even with a nonstick skillet, a lot of times when you're cooking eggs or you're cooking meat like fish or chicken, and you go to flip it and it's kind of sticking, just leave it alone. What that means is that it's not quite done yet. Sometimes the skillet is not going to release that, whatever it is, the egg, the meat, until it's done. So if you'll just give it a minute, watch it, pay attention to your food, and usually it will tell you what it needs. And as it turns white around the edges and you can see that it's done, then try to flip it, and usually it'll just flip right on over. But anyways, I would love to know, try that out and let me know if your skillet is seasoned well enough to fry eggs in. Okay, so the last thing about cast iron skillets that I wanted to share with you today is that don't be afraid that you're going to break the bank. Some cast iron skillets, they can be costly, but you can find cast iron skillets at a thrift store, stores like Goodwill. You can find them at yard sales, and you don't have to worry if they're rusted or they kind of look like they're in a little bad shape. It's okay. You can bring those home with a little bit of salt, a little bit of heat, a little bit of scrubbing hard, and you can make those look just like these skillets right here. So if you want to buy the brand new one, go for it. You can get them at Amazon, at Walmart. You can order them offline from Lodge, or there's other brands of cast iron skillets. So you can get them anywhere. But also, if you are like me and you like a good find at a yard sale or a thrift store, and you like to buy things, on a budget, then you definitely can do that, and you don't have to break the bank with the cast iron skillet. And it gives you a reason to go thrifting. By the way, just curious, how do you like my t-shirt? You can get yours at semihomesteaders.com. So today I am going to make Kyle's favorite thing that I make in the cast iron skillet, and that is Missy's cornbread, is what he calls it. And so I'm going to make some cornbread in my skillet today. I put the oil in there, and now I'm going to stick it in the oven and let this preheat while I'm making my cornbread mix. You want that oil to be good and hot, but be very careful because it is very hot. You always want to make sure you have a really good pot holder. That's very important. Okay, we've got our cornbread mix, and now we are going to pour it into the skillet. Be very careful because sometimes it's really hot. It might pop out. That is a beautiful noise right there. That's how you want it to be before you put it in the oven. Now we're going to put it in the oven for about 20 minutes.
All right, now we're going to talk about power around the homestead, whether the lights go out or whether you just need some remote power. Now, there are a lot of good solar generators out on the market, but we chose the 4Patriots Patriot Power Generator 2000X. 4Patriots is veteran owned and they've got a lot of good things to choose from. You know, we have a water filter system from them as well that we'll talk about in a later video. But you can see here the 2000X. It's got a 2000 watt power output, 4000 watt surge. The battery type is lithium iron phosphate. It's rated for 3,500 life cycles. It has a couple of charging inputs. It comes with a 200 watt solar panel, and you can actually plug that in here, this DC input. It also comes with an AC power cord that you can plug in right here and charge it right from the wall. It takes about 6 hours to fully charge from the wall, and maybe about 16 hours with one 200 watt solar panel on a good sunny day. You can see here it has 4 AC outlets, 120 volt. It has 4 USB ports, 2 USB-A and 2 USB-C. And then it has a DC cigarette lighter output right here. It's about 40 pounds. It's about 18 inches wide, 15 tall, and about 12 inches deep. And I use it all around the homestead. If I don't want to run an extension cord, I just pull out the old generator, turn it on, and away we go. Mm-hmm. Ready?
Cheers. Mm-hmm. Cheers.
Cheers. Mmm. Mmm.
That is so good.
That is, this is the best you've ever made.
Now we just need a bowl of beans.
And some onion.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm making a mess, but it sure is good. Well, thank you guys for watching so much. We appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, share within the next 10 minutes. Otherwise, we will find out where you live.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, really. And join us next time here on Semi Homesteaders. Lord bless you.